Yesterday we introduced graphing lines and graphing equations of lines by making tables of values, which is a nice fallback for graphing. But there's a lot of methods that require you to do a lot less work if you know what the methods are. We're going to talk about one of those methods here, and this should be a review from pre-algebra in your 8th grade year. This is a review of graphing using what are called the intercepts. Okay, you may recognize that name, hopefully you do. If not, we'll talk about it in just a second here. We're going to graph today using the intercepts, which, well, let's actually write down what the intercepts are, and then maybe we'll kind of remember what's going on. Intercept is when something crosses something else. So the x-intercept is the place where a line crosses the x-axis. Same line of thought. What do you think the y-intercept is going to be?
This where the line crosses the y.
Or it crosses the y-axis. Okay. Any point on the x-axis or the x-intercept must have its y value equal to 0. So similarly, to be a y-intercept, you must have an x value equal to 0. Well, let's actually use that to help us out. So if I ask you to find the x-intercept, what do we know about the x-intercept?
It's 0. Y equals 0.
Y is 0. So if I ask you to find the x-intercept, that's telling you set y to be 0 and figure out what x is. Set y to be 0 and figure out what x is. Oh, what's anything times 0? 0. And what's anything minus 0? Just itself, whatever it was. So this is the same as 3x equals 12. And if 3x is 12, what's x equal?
4.
Okay, so the x-intercept must be 4. If I ask you to find the y-intercept, what must be true about the y-intercept?
X equals 0.
X must be 0. So let's put 0 in for x. And figure out what y is. Oh, 0 times anything is just 0. So negative 4y equals 12. Therefore, y is negative 3. Quickly do this one on your own. I'll put the answers up in about a minute. X-intercept is when y is 0. So that's 4x equals 10. X is equal to 10 over 4, which is the same as 5/2. Or if you're a decimal nut, that's 2.5 or 5/2. Nice answers. Y-intercept. Well, that's when x is 0. So minus 2y equals 10. A y-intercept should be negative 5. Why are we wasting our time with this? What's useful about finding the intercepts? How is this going to help us graph things quicker?
Because you have like 2 points step like point on the two
So we find 2 points, and then if you got 2 points, you can draw a line between them. So we find 2 specific points and draw a line between them. And that'll help us graph, hopefully a lot quicker. You can only find 2. As opposed to having to like 5 like we were yesterday. So let's see if we can't carry that over into our first graph here. Let's graph this equation using the intercepts. So let's find where it crosses the x and y axis. The x-intercept. Just like before, what are we going to do to find the x-intercept? What do you do to find the x-intercept? Well, y is 0. So y is 0, or 4x equals 24. What's x equal?
X equals 6.
So x is 6. So I'll go on the x-axis and find 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The coordinates of this point are I went right 6 and up 0. Right 6 and up 0.
Like,
Okay. So do the same thing for the y-axis. The y-intercept. That's when x is 0. So there's only y's. Or 8y equals 24. Y has got to be 3. So I'll find the spot on the y-axis where y is 3. So we count up 3. 1, 2, 3. I've gone left and right 0 and up 3. Be the label for my y-intercept. So I have 2 points. Draw a line. Voila. Got a line. Let's identify, if I ask you to identify the x and y intercepts, so let's point to where they're at, and we'll write the coordinates down. Where is the x-intercept? Where would you look on a graph to find the x-intercept? On the x-axis here. So our x-intercept is here. Is right there. What's the coordinates of that? Left 4, up 0. The y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, which happens to be right there. What's the coordinates of that point? Left and right 0, up 2. Perfect. X-intercept, y-intercept. Okay. We're going to look at one story problem, and then you can do the second one on your own. They're both very similar. And I'll read the first one to you. You make and sell decorative bows. You sell small bows for $3 and large ones for $5. You want to earn $60 per week. Okay? This situation can be modeled by 3x plus 5y equals 60. I'm going to even be so nice as to tell you an equation for this situation. First of all, let's find the x and y intercepts of that equation. What would be the x? How do we find the x-intercept? 0 for y. 3x equals 60. X is 20. The y-intercept. Plug in 0 for x, find y.
wait, x is what?
Y-intercept is 12. So the x and y-intercept are 12. Let's graph it here. Let's see, the x-intercept is 20. The y-intercept is 12. Graph it. Heck, I'll even put the coordinates in.
Did it?
Now, here's the actually meat of the problem. This one is actually why you even care about this. Give 3 possibilities of the number of each type of bow you can sell to get $60. So what are some combinations of these bows we could sell to give us $60? What was the point of drawing this line?
To show the angle of the bow.
What does 3x plus 5y always equal to? 60. So what this is saying is that anywhere on this line, this combination of x and y will give me $60. So any point on this line will give me $60 of total revenue. So I want three possibilities. So let's name 3 possible points on this line. What's one possible point?
Wow.
I plotted one of them for you. 0, 12. So this is telling you what? 0, what does x stand for? So I could have 0 small bows, and how many larges? 12 large. If I go 0 and 12, I get $60. You can check that by plugging them in. What's another combination of small and large bows you could sell to get $60? Sydney? You go 20 small and 0 large. How about another combination? How would you find another combination? Lily, what could you do?
You could go like on the x-axis and go up to 14.
Well, 14. So the problem if I go to 14, then I go up, I want to find points on this line. If we go to 14, I'm going to get like somewhere less than this. I don't really know what that number is. What's another point that we know has to be on this line? Birthday girl? 10 small and 6 large is definitely right on that line. Does that make sense? 10 small, so $30 per small, so I get $30 here. 6 large, so 6 bows at $5 a piece is another 30. 30 plus 30 is $60. Yeah, that's perfect. So you could be at 10, 6 could be another possibility.